My dear friends, this is Daisuke, and I very much hope that this video finds you well and in very good spirits wherever you are in the world. And right now it is the early morning hours here in Tokyo on Friday, September 16th, 2022. And it's my understanding that about an hour or so ago, the Criterion Collection on its website made its announcement with respect to its planned releases for December 2022. So it looks to be a very interesting month. This is, of course, the last month before the end of the year 2022. So if you want to take a look at what Criterion has in store for us for December 2022, I encourage you, as always, to take a look at the website directly, the Criterion website directly. There you can find images of planned cover art designs, descriptions of the films themselves, the technical specifications, special features, discussions, etc., as well as maybe trailers and links to other films and other discussions and other titles in the Criterion Collection. So it's all good. It's all good. It's my strong suggestion. Check out the website directly. But if it's okay with you, I can just share my very general impressions and reactions to it, if you don't mind, the December releases. Again, with the understanding that when these releases do arrive, and I'll pre-order them, buy them online and pre-order them, and when they arrive at my doorstep, that'll give me the opportunity to explore them, and maybe I might have the same comments or same reactions, or maybe I might have different comments. But so with that understanding, let me now share with you just my very general impressions of what's in store for us from Criterion in December 2022. So without further ado, let us go into what they have in store for us. Scheduled for release here, according to the website, December 6th, 2022. And again, please pardon me for my poor presentation skills. This is off of the computer screen. You can take a look directly at the website for a better high quality resolution image of the cover art design and the write-up. But this is scheduled for December 6, 2022, and this is titled Mikhail Haneke Trilogy. Wow, so this is looking to be a Blu-ray 3-disc set, spine number 1163. And it looks like the films that are included in this set are The Seventh Continent from 1989, according to the site, Benny's Video, according to the site, 1992, and 71 Fragments of a Chronology of Chance from 94. So, and again, this is the Blu-ray set, or it's a Blu-ray release, a trilogy, and with director-approved 3 Blu-ray special edition features. High-definition digital masters supervised by director Haneke, and with some new features as well as other special features, supplements that are part of this package. Again, you can find the description in the website directly. So, this is very welcome news. I mean, these films from this very provocative filmmaker Haneke are very important in his filmography. There's very much of the themes of a type of distance or fragmentation, let's put it that way, in terms of the context of human relationships, as well as other matters that spring forth from such, I think, maybe dissertation or a discussion in a very memorable and quite a vivid way, and a way that is, as I say, very thought-provoking, very thought-provoking, and quite confrontational in many senses of that word. So this is the works of Haneke. And indeed, I think each of those spirits, I think, can be said to be embodied in one way or another in these 3 works, Seventh Continent and Benny's Video and 71 Fragments of a Chronology of Chance. So very exciting news from my perspective of this. Totally unexpected. I had no idea Again, I'm not good at all when it comes to these release announcements and guessing what's going to happen. But be that as it may, this still comes as a very, very, very pleasant surprise. I am so thrilled by this. And again, scheduled for release December 6th, 2022. So I'm very happy for this. The look of it looks very intriguing and very striking. And also, this is more of the works of Michael Haneke into the Criterion collection. So well done for this. So this is the Michael Haneke trilogy, scheduled for release December 6th, 2022. Again, for spine number 1163 overall, it appears. Next, scheduled for release on December 13th, 2022. And here you can see the cover art design again on the website, but I encourage you to check out the website directly. This is 3 films by Zetterling, and this is another set of films from given the spine number 1162. And we have 3 films from this filmmaker: Loving Couples from 1964, Night Games from 1966, and The Girls from 1968. So this is, again, another surprising, striking piece of news. So I admit I am totally, well, not totally, I am almost totally ill-equipped when it comes to the works of Zetterling. And of these films, I have let's see, I don't know any of them directly, except for I know about this work Night Games, but I have never been able to see it. But it has a very what's the phrase, controversial reputation. And so I know of this reputation about this film Night Games, but as I say, I've never been able to see it. And I've never been able to see any of these other works, Loving Couples and The Girls. So this is going to be, in many respects, a new learning experience for me. Now, I have been made aware of, and indeed I have experienced the work of Maya Zetterling through Visions of Eight. This is the Olympics-centered documentary, or maybe Olympics-centered, say, artistic depictions and representations of various artists of the Olympic Games. One of such depictions being Maya Zetterling's. And so I have that experience, but again, that makes my exposure and experience with the works of Zetterling to be very, very limited indeed. So with the caveat that I have heard about this, I know a little bit about the film Night Games, but little to nothing else about the other 2 films. I am very, very excited about this. Again, Criterion Collection is my place to learn about new films or films that I have not yet seen. So these 3 films are films that I have not seen at all from a filmmaker that I need to learn more about. So Maya Zetterling's films here in this set, 3 films by Maya Zetterling. Again, this entire set is given spine number 1162. And it's a Blu-ray set. It's 3 discs. With supplemental features that are mentioned here. New 2K digital restorations with uncompressed monaural soundtracks and a number of supplements here. You can find out what they are when you check out the website directly. So again, a new learning experience for me, as has been the case for many a Criterion release, including those from 2022. So I'm very excited about this. Again, 3 films by Maya Zetterling. Scheduled for release on December 13th, 2022. And again, please check out the website directly for higher resolution, better quality pictures of this artwork and other descriptions of this, which is scheduled for release for spine number 1164 under a 1-disc Blu-ray option, or alternatively 2-disc DVD option. And this is the work from the year 2021 from Todd Haynes. And this is the documentary, which is The Velvet Underground. So this is a film that I had that had been on my radar, but I have not yet been able to see. So I know of it, but I haven't seen it. So and I was somewhat eager to watch it, but I was never able to catch up with it until now. So Criterion is doing me this wonderful, wonderful favor. Indeed, all of us a favor of making this film available. So I can't wait to watch it. So here's another film that I haven't seen that I wanted to see but was not able to. But now Criterion is giving me that opportunity. So great news, great news. Todd Haynes, more Todd Haynes works. And also, this is a new 4K digital master approved by director Todd Haynes and cinematographer Ed Lachman with Dolby Atmos soundtrack. Very fascinating. With a number of other supplements. Again, you can check out the website directly for more information for spine number 1164. And I should note too, it's a 1-disc Blu-ray option or alternatively 2-disc DVD. So the DVD option, while it's not being made available for every single release we see, it's still being made available for some. And so even if it's for some, that's still music to my ears because I am very much a supporter of the DVD format. I always have and I always will. That's not to say I dislike any of the other formats, but the DVD format is very important. So I'm glad it's being made available for this film, which again I haven't seen, but I look forward to checking out when it arrives. This is Todd Haynes' work, The Velvet Underground. And last but certainly not least, this is also scheduled for release December 13th, 2022. Again, please check out the website for a better quality picture, a resolution picture. This is the work scheduled for release, Spy number 1165 from 1975. Michael Schultz and his work, which is Cooley High. So this is a film I have seen, Cooley High, and I saw it, I haven't seen it in some time, but I remember seeing it some years back on VHS, and it was and it is a type of remarkable experience. I mean, I think the phrase coming of age film, I think, is described or used to describe this film, and I think very rightly so, because it is that. It is also a film that has many levels to it and has many points of emotional connection to it. Let me put it that way. That can be at once very surprising, poignant, and let me emphasize and circle the word surprising here and leave it at that. This is what a film this is. And gosh, I haven't seen this film in a long time. Cannot wait to revisit this. Cooley High is in the Criterion collection. That is amazing. That's really amazing. So Michael Schultz film is in the Criterion. This is great. This is really great. It sets your new 4K or restored 4K digital transfer, supervised and approved by director Michael Schultz with uncompressed monaural soundtrack. So this is going to be, that sounds like news. Big news. So I'll have to try to rely on my memories from previous viewings when I watch the 4K restoration or new restored 4K digital transfer with this Criterion release. Very exciting. Plus a number of supplements that, again, please check out the website for that. So Spy number 1165, according to the website, it looks like 1-disc Blu-ray option only is being made available for Cooley High. Yeah, this is wow. This is great. This is really, really great. So I'm very excited by this. Oh, can't wait to talk about this. The music and this. Oh gosh, can't wait. So let us talk about this one again. Scheduled for release December 13th, 2022. Can't wait to talk about it when it arrives. This is Spy number 1165, Michael Schultz's work, which is Cooley High. So that's it as far as the announcements go. Announcement that was made today, again the 16th of September, regarding the planned December releases for December 2022. So I should point out a number of things. So first of all, we should remember that historically, December is usually a quote-unquote quiet month when it comes to, say, the quantity of releases and also the timing of releases. You might notice that the dates for the releases are December 6th and then December 13th, respectively. So we don't have any release dates that are mentioned beyond the December 13th date. Now, of course, I can't rule out the possibility that maybe Criterion may make a separate announcement for another December release later in the year. I don't know. It might be possible. I mean, we did see that, did we not, with the November releases and the separate release announcement made for Wall-E. But I think historically speaking, Criterion usually doesn't, based on past years, usually doesn't release titles in the latter half of December. That might have to be due to maybe the corresponding, say, holiday season and maybe time off of work or something like that. So if my assumption is correct, then chances are we probably won't see any other announcements for December. Of course, if they arise and they happen, I'd love to do that, and I'd love to be able to talk about that. I'd be very happy. But if even if this is quote unquote the only things that we get for December, that's still fine. That's still fine. Again, in terms of quantity, the number, it might seem a little bit lower than previous months, but that's still okay. I have, of these 4 releases, not seen 2 of them. So that's the 3 films by my Zetterling and The Velvet Underground. And of that 3 film set, I haven't seen any of those 3 films. So that makes a total of 4 works that I haven't seen. Whereas the Haneke Trilogy set on the 6th of December, the 3 films there, plus Cooley High, which is for the 13th. So these I have seen, but it'll be wonderful to revisit them in the context of these Criterion releases. I am very excited for that. And I must say, too, I'm already beginning to feel a sense of nostalgia, or a sense of just trying to remember all these memories of watching Cooley High are now flooding back into my mind. And so it'll be such a, oh gosh, it's going to be something to be able to watch that again. So can't wait. I cannot wait. So just a few comments here, other comments. So it looks like we do have, in a manner of speaking, box sets, if we consider the Haneke Trilogy set and the My Zetterling set to be sets. So this is good news. As you may recall, over the course of this year's announcements, maybe we have noticed relatively fewer sets than in previous years. So that's one thing to keep in mind. So these are probably going to be sets of some sort, maybe not huge sets like we've seen in terms of size and dimensions, like the Bergman set or Godzilla or the Agnes Varda set or something like that. But these are still sets. So that's very good news indeed. Now, I've mentioned these larger sets that we've seen in past years. This year, it looks like we didn't necessarily get any kind of large dimensions set release. Now, I don't know what that means. Will there be a surprise announcement before the year's out? Who knows? Maybe. I'd love to see that. But again, that's something that we should notice has not occurred here. So in past years, for instance, we saw the Essential Fellini set release. We saw the Bergman release, as I mentioned, the Varda set release. These sets that are beyond the dimensions of, say, the Blu-ray dimension of the plastic case, or even the Blu-ray dimension of the digipack with films within the packaging. So we don't see anything that's oversized necessarily. So that might be disappointing to some. That might be okay to others. Again, for me, keeping in mind that there's also the sets that we're going to get later in the year, including this December release announcement. And I mentioned too, for instance, the World Cinema Project number 4 set that I think is scheduled for release, later this month, in fact. So that's going to be a highlight for me, and that's I'm very excited for that. But yes, those sets for me, I think, are golden, or the potential for being golden. So I'm very excited about those, and for me, that makes me full indeed. But I know for some I know some Criterion fans are always looking forward to and excited by any large set, because they're including a lot of films, and also it's kind of like a celebration of the physical media format itself. And I think the Bergman box set is perhaps one of the great examples of that. And so the fact that apparently we're not getting anything, or we haven't received any news about that for any kind of release like that for 2022, it's probably going to be disappointing to some, and I can understand that. So if you feel disappointed by that, that's a totally legitimate and reasonable feeling to have. Again, could Criterion surprise us before the year's out? Maybe. Anything's possible, right? Anything's possible. So I won't hold out right, I won't rule out that possibility just yet. But again, we shall wait and see. But in the meantime, as I say, in terms of these December releases and the releases overall that we are expecting between now and the end of the year, very excited indeed about this. I should point out too that the 4K UHD format appears to not be part of these December releases. But that's fine. We have looks like very good Blu-ray releases that are planned. Also, I should note too that the DVD format is also still here, again in limited appearances. I grant you that, but still here all the same. So I'm very happy to see that going forward. And uh, yes, I'm very impressed indeed. Very, very impressed indeed. I also know that maybe in from past years, sometimes too, in terms of not just in terms of quantity, but also in terms of content. Sometimes the films that are released in past Decembers might, comparatively speaking, be quote unquote disappointing, especially when compared to the previous month. And maybe that might be the case for some when people are considering these December releases, especially when compared to a lot of releases from the previous month of November, which are quite something indeed. So if you feel that way about the December releases, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. You have every right to feel that way, and I won't stand in the way of you feeling that way. But I can say for me, there are a number of new learning possibilities and new discoveries on the horizon in terms of the Zetterling set, and also the Velvet Underground film, plus a new set of rediscoveries, revisits in terms of the other two announcements, the Haneke set and the Cooley High. So I am very happy. I'm very excited. So, but please feel free to let me know how you feel in the comment section below. As always, I'd love to hear what it is you have to say. Any feeling at all, any viewpoint at all, that's so okay by me. Definitely. Anytime at all, my dear friends. Anytime at all. All right, so now I admit I'm very sleepy now. It's almost now 3:30 in the morning where I am, and I must get my sleep. So if I sound a little bit sleepy and tired, it's because I am sleepy and tired. But my excitement for the December releases has left me awake, and indeed I'm very excited. But now it is time for me to fall asleep. But that doesn't mean I'm in any way less excited about the December release. On the contrary, this excitement, this feeling, this glow in the air, I think will guide me and glide me, and bring me to that wonderful state of sleep that I'm looking forward to. So maybe I will dream of things Criterion before I find myself waking up in the morning hours. So I hope that's the case. I hope that's the case indeed. But in the meantime, my dear friends, if you have any thoughts or comments yourself that you'd like to share with me about these release announcements, please feel free to let me know in the comment section below. I'd be very happy to read them anytime, my dear, dear friends. Okay, so that's it for now. And so until we meet again, please be happy and healthy and well. And please keep on watching a lot of great, great, great movies. So thank you as always for your time. I very, very much appreciate it. Stay strong, stay safe, and cheers.